So, how much does it really cost to maintain an RX8 for a year? So, I'm not gonna lie, this was a video that I wasn't really looking forward to, not because I didn't want to make the video, but because I know I'm gonna have to add up all the expenses I spent on this car in a year. And I did the math last night, and it's kind of crazy. It's a lot more than I thought, but I'm gonna be talking about it today. I already made a spreadsheet of everything. I just gotta move my car real quick because it is alternate side parking where I am, so I'm gonna move to a more quiet spot and where I'm not gonna be kicked out. And then I'm gonna pretty much tell you guys exactly how much it costs to maintain the car for a year and the mods that I did. So I have gotten a lot of comments about people recommending mods to me, and some of them I already did. I just didn't get to reply to everyone because I knew I was gonna be making this video, so I'm gonna do that. But just give me 1 second. I'm gonna move my car to a better spot where I can film, and I'll tell you guys all about it. All right, just give me 1 second. All right, guys, so I just found a spot to park. I have all my data pulled up on my phone already, so I can tell you guys about the cost of everything. So I'm gonna break this down into two parts. So for the price of parts and maintenance, and then parts other things that happened that ended up costing me money. I feel like the thing that most people would be sorry, let me get a drink of water here. Not water, but Red Bull. The thing that most people would be interested in is how much it costs to maintain a rotary engine or just an RX8. I don't know if RX7s are different, never owned one, but I assume it is pretty similar. But this is the price to maintain the RX8 for a year. So if you just, I'm gonna talk about premix, oil, fluids, and any mods that I've done. So I'm gonna start with just parts, and then I'm gonna include parts. This is gonna be stuff like, I'm gonna include some maintenance parts, so like spark plugs and stuff like that, oils, oil filters. It's all gonna be in parts, including the mods that I've done. For the most part, the only mods that I have done is maintenance parts, so like reliability mods. So I'm gonna include everything as part of the maintenance because I feel like every RX8 owner should do this. And then I'm gonna include anything that happened that might have left me stranded. Yeah, and any accidents that might have happened. So let's start with parts first. So for over the year, also I bought the car at 24,000 miles, and the car is sitting at 33,000 miles right now. So I've put a solid 10,000 miles on it over the course of the year, which is a lot. I daily drive the car 3 to 4 times a week, and I also take it out on the weekends to go driving with my friends and stuff. So it is a real daily driver for me. It's not something I only drive on the weekend. But anyways, for the year, I spent $85 in spark plugs, oils, and filters. That was $250. I also have an extra backup filter, which is a Mazda genuine filter that I bought, and I forgot I had it and I never used it, but I included it. It's $14. For premix, I spent $110. Could be more for you, but I've gotten a lot of premix as gifts from friends and families for like birthday and Christmas, so it helped a lot of keeping the premix cost down. $110. That's how much I spent on it. I bought an upgraded starter, that was $80. I bought a temp gauge for $44. BHR upgraded ignition coil bars for $60. BHR upgraded ignition coils themselves for $400. A Racing Beat mid pipe for $330. Rotary compression tester for $300. Zone oil adapter for $310. Continental Extreme Contact DWSO6 Plus for $772. NK Trojan wheels for $800, 10 Flex C for coilovers, $400, and Muteki lug nuts for $75. So total of $4,280. Now that's with labor for installing the zone oil adapter. I don't know why I have it on part of this, but it's gonna be added up with the other stuff anyways. So let's get to the other things. So anything else that might have happened over the year. Did the car leave me stranded anywhere, any stuff like that? I'm gonna include that in part of maintenance, and it did once. And this was crazy because this happened pretty much like a few weeks after I bought the car. So it was really nerve-wracking for the car to leave me stranded like so soon after I bought it. It made me really scared, but ended up being not anything too serious. So on November 23rd, 2021, the car left me stranded in the middle of Manhattan at like 12 a.m. And what happened was a fuel clip, one of the clips holding the fuel lines in place, got lost somewhere. I don't know, came off, was loose, came off, and it started leaking gas. Wasn't able to start the car again. At first I thought it was something engine related. I was really scared. I ended up calling a tow from Manhattan to home because I didn't have AAA at the time, but now I do, so it's okay. But I had to pay $600 for that tow from Manhattan to my home, and then the next morning I had to find a shop that would work on rotary engines. I found a specialist somewhere in New York, had to car towed from my home to the shop for another $400. So that was $1,000 already in just tolls. And then when they was towing the car, they left the ignition on, so the shop charged me $30 to charge the battery. To diagnose the fuel leak was $150, and then the clip itself that they replaced for me was $40. The labor to test the fuel system was $50, and then while the car was there, I had them install a new starter for me, and and that was $80. So I already included the price of the parts earlier, so everything that I might add on right now is just gonna be the labor for it. And I already mentioned the labor for to install the Sonnet oil adapter was $250. And anyways, fast forward like a few weeks after that, I wanted to get a little touch up on the car, so a tune up. So that included the new ignition system install, the ones that I bought before. That was $100 for them to install the labor, for the labor to install the ignition system. That included the coils and wires, and then I had new wheel bearings for them to install. That was $200. The engine coolant flush and bleed was $100. Transmission and diff fluid flush was $140, which was a total of $540 for the tune-up, which is pretty good. And the prior thing was, I don't know if I mentioned this, was $1,350 for that thing where it left me in my hand. For the entire thing of having the car leak fuel, told to the shop, come back, and everything, that was $1,350 for that. And then for the maintenance, it was $540 for the tune-up. So if this is all you really care about for the total cost for me to like all the parts that I bought, and so the price, all right, let me get this straight. So the price for modding the car, for me modding the car and maintaining it over the past year, the total for that would be $6,200. So this is the price of premix, oil, fluids, and the mods that I bought, which is all reliability mods. So I feel like every RX8 owner should do them, and I feel like even RX7 owners, there is equivalent of those mods that you should be buying for your car anyways. So $6,200 is what I spent modding and maintaining the car. If you don't care about modding it, you're gonna keep it stock, bone stock, and just maintain it, good news, it only cost me $600. Now I feel like some people are gonna be like it only costed me $25 to maintain my Civic over the year. I just had to replace etc, or $100 to maintain this car for a year. I'm jealous of you, but I spent $600 to maintain the RX8 for the past year that I've owned it, for 10,000 miles. Like I said, premix, oil, fluids, if you don't mod it. But with the mods, I spent $6,200 to do everything that I've done to it. Now, I wish this was everything, but unfortunately, there was an accident that happened not even that long after I had the car tuned up, and I'm gonna include that. But I also wanted to, before I start talking about that, I want to also include my insurance. So I live in New York City. I'm insured with Geico. I'm 23. When I bought the car, I paid, why am I looking there? I have it right on my phone. But I paid $3,640 to insure the car for a year, full coverage from Geico. So I feel like it's going to be a lot different depending on where you live, but I feel like this is going to be a point of interest for some people, so I thought I'd include it. So $3,640 is how much I spent to insure the car for the year, and $600 is how much it would cost if I just only maintained it and didn't mod it at all, and $6,200 is the price to maintain and mod the car. So if that's all you're interested in, you don't care about any other accidents that's happened to me, and so that would be what you're looking for, $6,200 or $600. It's pretty good. In my opinion, it's not terrible. It's not, it's something I could deal with, but it may not be for you. So anyways, I'm going to talk about some of the accidents that happened right now. So unfortunately, literally 2 months after I got the car tuned up, overnight I was parked, and when I woke up the next morning, saw my car was pushed onto the sidewalk. I knew I didn't park on the sidewalk, so I looked on the driver's side, and it was completely pushed in. There was no frame damage, but something hit me. I don't know if it was a car, it was a hit and run. It was a car or a snowplow or something, because it happened on the night of a blizzard. But they destroyed the complete driver's side of it. Like, the doors were pushed in, the fenders were dented. I had to get that all replaced. Also destroyed the steering rack, so I wasn't able to drive the car. I had to tow the car again, which was, at that time, I also still didn't have AAA, but the tow that time was a lot cheaper because I found someone on Instagram to help me tow the car. But anyways, let's talk about the parts and stuff that actually broke. So they broke the upper control arm, lower control arm. That was $264 for the upper and $347 for the lower. And then the labor to remove and install those was $400. The tow from my home was $190 this time. They also destroyed the ABS sensor wire harness, which was $114. The bodywork to repair it, the bodywork to repair the fenders, swap the doors, which I bought on Facebook Marketplace, swap the doors and paint match it to my car, was $3,500. Honestly, I went with the cheaper route. There was a more expensive option available, but I wasn't going to do insurance for this because I know for sure they would have totaled my car. Because if you look at, I mean, this is a really clean example of RX8, but if you look at the KBB values for even really clean examples of RX8s, they're only going for like $4,000, $5,000, or sometimes even less. So if I go with them with a massive bill, they're 100% they're just gonna total it. But this car meant so much to me at the time, and it still does mean a lot to me, and I just got it. I wasn't gonna have them total it, so I ended up paying out of pocket for this. But let's finish this off. For the labor to remove and install the new steering rack and ABS was $290, and then our alignment was $120. So for a total of $5,225 for that accident, which really sucks because I didn't do anything. I literally just woke up, walked out the door, and bam, $5,225. You know, still makes me sad when I think about it, but it is what it is. It happened. So I'm gonna tell you guys the total of everything right now. So alright, so for part of the final price, there's a few things that I left out, and it is calculated into the total, but I didn't mention it in the video. I forgot to mention. I skipped this section by accident. So it's labeled miscellaneous labor. So I had to mount tires and balance tires twice. I did it once for $120, once for $80. I did a undercoating for the car, which is to prevent rust. That was $125, and then I had to remount my tires and rebalance it and install new TPMS sensors. That was, let me see, $225. I installed the coilovers for $400, and alignment again, which is $120. But the rest of the video should be accurate. Yeah, back to the video. So what I said before was a total of like just maintaining and modding. So if you include the accidents, I spent a total of $12,715. This is with the accidents, mods, and maintenance. So that's without the price of the car. But if you include the price of the car, which I paid $10,000 for, just straight up $10,000, I paid $22,715 to buy the car, mod it, and maintain it over the course of a year, which is a lot. But if that accident never happened, it would be a lot cheaper. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. But if you include, that's without insurance, by the way. If you include insurance, I spent $26,355 to buy the car, maintain it, and service it, and all the mods and the accidents. So that is the big number, $26,355. But again, if you're only looking for the price to maintain the car, you're not gonna mod it at all. No accidents ever happen. $600 is the number you're looking for. And if you are gonna mod it, $6,200 is the number you're looking for. Well, if you do similar mods to me. But hopefully you guys found this video informative. It's a long one. It's nothing too exciting happens in this video except for me going over a spreadsheet. But thank you guys so far if you guys made it to the end of the video, and I really appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys found this video informative despite me just rambling on for I don't know how long, maybe like 20 minutes. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.